Okay, welcome back to the Longview PD On Air podcast. I'm your host, Michaela Vaughn.
I'm Ryan Rocket.
I'm Carrie Higginbotham.
And today we're doing our Blue Santa episode of the pod. And our guest is Officer Syndi Howell.
Hello.
This is the third time you've been on the pod.
I know that this has been a year now because it was...
Yeah.
Blue Santa last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a weird thing about Christmas. It comes every year.
every year, yeah.
That was good. So Syndi, you're actually, every time you've been on the pod, you're in a different role. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your new role?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
You're like a hunter-gatherer of jobs at the police department.
it's Pokemon. Got to catch them all. So I'm now in the training and recruiting position. So I do all the hiring for the department as well as training in the academy and training our department whenever we have the need arises for that. So it's kind of been my end-all position with this department. So I'm very happy where I'm at.
I was going to say, on our women's episode, you said being in training and recruiting would be like your dream job here.
Yeah,
So.
and look, I manifested it. It's
Look at
happened,
that.
and I'm here now. So,
What's the appeal for you? What got you into it?
so I started teaching at the academy probably about 5 years ago when I got into that, and I just really enjoyed the teaching aspect. And then I got into PAR, and it was just really exciting to actually talk to people and go to events and be a part of that and be a part of the community in that aspect. So I kind of get the best of both worlds with the recruiting because I get to go to events and talk to people who are like-minded and possibly want a career in law enforcement, which is what interests me about teaching in the academy because those people want to learn this stuff. So
Cool.
That's awesome. So basically our episode, we're just talking about Blue Santa and what our program is, what we do, what it's all about, and gonna tell some fun stories. So I'm going to start with what is Blue Santa?
It's Santa Claus.
Yeah, but he actually wears blue instead of red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Blue Santa is a program that we do where officers are out interacting with our community and with the citizens, and they may come across a family who potentially may not be able to purchase Christmas because they're worried about keeping the lights on or putting groceries in the fridge. So this offers that kind of relief, the assistance to take a kid and give them a Christmas when they may not get one to begin with. So that's what our program strives to be and what we aim for every single year is trying to assist as many as we can.
I remember the first year that you got involved with this, you were just kind of like, yeah, I'll help out. And then next thing you know, it was like, oh, Cindy's running that thing.
Oh, yeah, no. I started out as just a board member, and I didn't know what it was. I really never got involved. And the next thing I knew, I was running it. I still don't know what I'm doing.
You're doing a great job, though.
I was going to say, since then, between you and Luke, it kind of took a whole different direction.
Oh, yeah. We definitely completely gave it a whole total makeover, changed the whole concept. Because we've been doing Blue Santa for well over 20 years. And originally it was where we would actually get lists of what the kids wanted, and we would go and buy those things or as close to those things as we could, and we would gift the families with those things, with the items. And it got to the point where it just was overwhelming, or the kids wanted a very specific thing and we couldn't get it or whatever. So it's kind of disappointing, when you want this one thing and you can't go get it, or
Right.
you didn't get it. So I think it was 2019, right before COVID, was when we switched over to our Shop with a Cop, where they actually get to go and pick out exactly what they want. They get an experience with an officer, so it's a little more of a community-wide thing. They get to hang out with us. We get to hang out with them.
I think the switch to the Shop with the Cop is a little more fun because then the kid is getting to go, instead of it's great to just have the presents given to them, but going to pick out exactly what you want.
Yeah, it's an experience this way instead of just showing up and dropping off some presents. Actually, they would come to us and pick them up.
Okay.
And the contact between the officers and the families was minimal. There was still interaction there, but it wasn't anything to the level of what we have right now with the Shop with the Cop. It's a time for that specific family to have one-on-one time with the officers they're shopping with, and just give the kids a memory.
I remember way back years and years ago, it was one of those we had this assembly line and we would pack up Tahoes full of stuff and have to, go. And I think to your end, it was one of those not just buying that specific thing, but making sure we got the right gifts to the right person on the right day.
Absolute chaos.
It was
Absolute
a logistical
chaos.
nightmare.
Yes. Yeah. Whereas this, people and kids see us, cops, what do? We go arrest bad guys, right?
Right.
So sometimes we can be a little scary to kids and to families that don't interact with us in that aspect. So this gives that kind of positive spin on what we do and who we are, and that we are people and we're here to help. We're not just there to take the bad guys to jail or whatever it may be. So it's a good experience for the kids to get to have that interaction with law enforcement that's not in a law enforcement setting.
Yeah. And so like we said, how our officers, it's the referral process, right? You can't sign up for this program.
Yeah, so we don't do sign-ups. We don't have a list. You don't register. This is officer referral only. So the officers that are out there working the streets and the beat, and they come across these families, in their communities and in the area they work in, and they offer the assistance that way.
So I saw an email earlier today from you that said that this year, as of right now, we're up to 100 families.
We're up to 100 kids.
100 kids.
Yes, about 32 families. As of right now, that is what we can serve the entirety. So we have reached our max before our deadline.
Perfect. Perfect. And you also said that there are other fundraising events going on currently.
Yes.
That won't be done until later.
Yeah, there was one today that was going on, and then there's a couple of other organizations in the town that's assisting and wanting to do that, but they're going to come a little bit later. So they'll still roll into Blue Santa, but it may go into next year's funds.
And that's super important because the money that is used for the Blue Santa program, it's not a budgeted item like with the city of Longview or the police department. This is a completely separate organization that runs solely off of donations.
Solely off of donations. We get officers donate as well through their paychecks, and then the city can also donate to us. But then just private organizations, private businesses, citizens. I mean, we have a lot of donations, and they are what keep us going.
Do you have any idea off the top of your head about how many different entities or individuals, just a number that contribute?
I mean, if you're talking businesses, no less than 10 at least consistently. So last year is when we bumped up the amount spent for each kid, because it was $100 per kid, and we bumped it up to $150 last year. We're keeping that again this year because cost of everything has gone up.
Right.
Yeah. And so why would I go back down when they're able to buy more things or get what they want? So $150 per kid. So that's kind of how much we get to spend with each one, and they spend every bit of that $150. I can promise you that.
I do.
And we do this not only through the businesses and the individuals that contribute to us, but Walmart in a big way is a huge help for us.
Oh,
right?
man.
We do our shopping every year at the Walmart here in Longview on 4th Street. I guess, 515 East Loop 281?
Yep.
Right? Talk about how important and just truly essential they've been.
Oh my gosh. They have gone above and beyond every single year. And it's not just they allow us to come in there and do that. They set up the whole thing for us. They usually do a theme and decorate, and they have our own checkout lines set specifically for us, because we are a 501c3, so we are tax-free, tax exempt. So when they go to check out, it's already set up over there. They already have everything. So when they check out, there's no taxes added. They can just check out with their gift cards and with their toys and whatever else they bought and go. And they have been absolutely wonderful. They've already reached out to me this year. Everything is locked down this year, and it's just so great to have a team of them that look forward to doing this as much as we do. So they have been just, I can't even put into words how thankful I am for their work and effort and everything, because they give away things as well. They give make stockings or gifts. I can't put into words how thankful I am for them, honestly.
Yeah, it's always been impressive to see how far they go, because I remember they had built a little thing over the checkout lines.
We did the Grinch.
The decorations
it was
are
so
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
And they're just wonderful to be there. Like, we're here whenever you need. We'll help you out. And they mean that. I mean, we set up a whole backdrop last year to take photos with Santa, and they found us chairs and blankets, and the backdrop that I had been looking for, they were able to find, and they set it all up, and they've just been great on their game every single year. They're ready for the next year. They're like, I think next year we're going to do this, and I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's start now. We'll start planning today. So they've been great.
It's good stuff.
That's awesome. Do we want to do fun stories? Anybody have a favorite Shop with a Cop memory?
Well, I think I mentioned it last year when we did this podcast, but it seems like every year it's the same story, just different faces. When you have these kids who coming in, they're so excited to be able to have an opportunity to buy stuff for Christmas. And they come in and wind up getting a few things for themselves. And then they start trying to buy gifts for their brothers and sisters and mom and dad and friends. And we're talking to them like, hey, this is your Christmas. Like, pick what you want to do.
Right.
They're like, oh, well, I just need some stuff for school, but I really want to get this for mom.
Yes.
You know, and stuff like that just melts your heart every time you see it. But I don't know, that to me, that's always, and again, it's like the same every year. There's at least one or two that have that same mindset, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah. Can I get my sister something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last
I'll
year
get her
I had
something
to.
too.
Last year I had to kind of run the front, so I didn't get to shop as much. I do get to go with a couple families, and there was one little girl I went with, and she wanted Barbies. She just wanted all the Barbies. And she walked up.
I can relate to that.
Right. She walked up to the Barbies, and it was like those things where you just like take your hand and just literally slide. I mean, she probably got 10 or 15 Barbies and just dumped them into the buggy. And it was great. And you know what? I just let her, that's what she wanted. We went through them and make sure that was actually what she wanted. And she was super excited. She had to get accessories after that. But
Well, yeah.
I will say last year, I was just I didn't shop with any one specific kid or cop, but I was just kind of running around taking pictures and up at the front with the Grinch and back with Blue Santa. So I was kind of just like everywhere. But a lot of time was with the Grinch right at the checkout. So I still like seeing what everybody got. And I think the one thing that sticks out to me is a little girl comes rolling up and they had this like a tricycle. What she got was a bike.
Oh, yeah.
She got this like super cool bike. It was like all tricked out. And
Why does that hit you in the feels? I have the same thing. Little kid with like a tricycle or a little bitty baby bike. I'm like, oh man, that's cute.
Yeah. But it was like blue and pink, and it had like the bell, and it had like
streamers.
Yes. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So that's what stuck out to me. But
they get so fired up about it too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
I just love seeing them come in, and they're so excited. The energy is palpable. I mean, they just they're there. Santa's there, and they're so excited to take pictures with Santa. And then I say, "You ready to shop?" And they're like, "Yes!" They're so excited, and it's literally like a field day.
So the one that I always think about is like, sometimes there's older teenagers that come in there, and we're getting stuff with them, and you can see it. They're like trying to play it cool, like, this is cool. I'm like, nah, dude, really let it go. Tell me how you really feel. They're like looking around, like, I don't want everybody to know that I'm super excited.
Yeah.
That only hits me because I've got one of those teenagers. He's like, yeah, this is cool, dude. I'm like, come on, man, tell me how you really feel.
I got to shop with a teenage girl one time, which is a lot of fun because we related on a whole bunch of things. We were talking about makeup and hair stuff that she wanted, and she it was just she and I, and we were walking around, and she goes, thank you for doing this. And I think that was probably something that really stuck out to me. And we do what we do because we want to help and we want to give back to the community, but we really impact these kids' lives every single time we do this. And I think that moment stuck out for me and for her.
Yeah, there was so there's a guy, Simon Sinek. I listen to a lot of his stuff, but he was talking about the effects of seeing acts of kindness, right? And he said that what's interesting about it is it's not just the person performing the act or the person receiving the act of kindness, but anybody who observes it gets the same sensation or rush. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think that's one of those aspects that we don't often think about, is like, we want to help this person, but how many other people as a secondary or tertiary effect see these things and then go on to do those other things. So
you'd be surprised. So many people come up to me during our event that didn't know about what it was, and they ask questions, and I tell them, and they immediately start digging in their wallet. They want to donate. They want to be a part of that. And so that is amazing to me every time they see it, or they come and thank an officer when they're out shopping. I'm sure that's happened to you guys when you were shopping. And you realize that it does affect, just like you said, everyone around you.
Yep. That was one of the cool things last year that I think I noticed probably more this past time than I have before in the past, was how many people approached us that had nothing to do with the program. They weren't any of the families that we were working with, and just trying to figure out how they can help.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool to see.
And that happens every year. Like, especially since we started doing the Shop with a Cop, it's never ceased to amaze me how many people come up and want to be a part of it, or at least help us out. And every little bit counts.
Syndi, can you talk about some of our partnerships that help our Blue Santa project and help our Shop with a Cop event go on?
Absolutely. So our biggest portion comes from our officers. They donate directly out of their checks every month. So that's one of the biggest things that kind of keeps us going. Citizens donate, private citizens and things like that. Our consistent donators, we have the Pine Tree Masons Lodge. Every year they donate. They come and help out with the event as well. They love being a part of it. I love having them there. They're great. Telco Credit Union, they show up and they do fundraisers for us throughout the year, which is awesome. It helps. And they show up at the event as well to help with the volunteering and the shopping with the kids. And animal shelters always come to our event and help us with those as well. And this year I was contacted by a couple other businesses, such as I had Peter Chevrolet contact me. They wanted to donate. I had several other businesses wanting to figure out how they could donate and what they could do.
Just out of curiosity, how many officers at the police department?
I don't know that number, but I did just have several reach out to me today wanting to know what they needed to do in order to make that happen. So,
that's awesome.
Cool.
But most of our funding, or most of the funding, comes from them. And then, of course, we have the big fundraisers that other agencies or that other businesses and entities help us with. So
it's awesome.
Of course, this year's been hard for everybody. So right now we have 32 families, 100 kids. And as far as funds go, 100 kids is how many we can help, which is still amazing. It's 32 families that we're going to impact this year. And if we get more funds, then I'll be able to add even more to that.
That would be super cool.
Cool. So is there a way that people listening to this would be able to donate, contribute to the cause?
Yeah. I mean, if they want to come by the PD and give a check to me or anyone here at the department, they can get it to me.
Tax deductible.
Yeah, absolutely. Or any of the places that are doing fundraisers for us, they're taking monetary donations for us as well. So we don't accept toys, like I said, we accept monetary donations. And if anybody wants to donate like these businesses have, we can't do it without that. We can't do this program without those kinds of donations. So it's wonderful to have all these businesses and citizens support us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Does Telco accept donations?
Yes,
for
absolutely.
Blue Santa? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You could go in there and say that you want to donate, and they would absolutely help you out with that. And there's, I know the Longview Coin Club was doing an auction for us, so they're going to be donating as well. So I would be willing to bet, and especially the Pine Tree Masons Lodge, if you have any contact with them, they would definitely get the donation to us as well. So there's a lot of ways. Easiest way would definitely be to come up here and,
Find you.
Yeah, find me. That'd be the easiest way. I'm here now in the office with my new position and everything, so I'm a lot easier to get a hold of. So,
Syndi, it's not just Longview PD that shows up for Shop with the Cop, though.
it's not.
Right? There's all kinds of agencies there. Heck, I think the past few years, our Longview Animal Control, or the Animal Care and Adoption Center, right? Has been there to help out, and they supplied some stuffed animals for the kiddos and came and helped shop as well. But we can't do this completely alone. We have a lot of other agencies that help out.
We have, I reach out to DPS, I reach out to Gregg County, the fire marshals, even the fire department comes up there. They bring the truck and, they get to go shopping with kids, and they loved that.
I always get a kick out of the kids who end up shopping with a cop that are wearing a firefighter hat. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it's like,
What about the ones that show up to shop with a cop and they go with the firefighter?
Yeah, I love it. It's funny.
Also, the constables, and then there's other agencies like Tyler PD I'll reach out to, as well as Hallsville PD. They like to come because we go to theirs. So we're all kind of in a network together, the Blue Santas. And so I'm actually going to go to the Tyler Blue Santa event to hang out with them. And I believe that they're going to come and hang out with us as well. So yeah, none of this is possible because we can't handle all of it. And so to have them helping, to have them part of it, it makes it a more community wide event. And every year I have people reach out to me. They want to do something. They want to be a part of this because it is so much fun.
Yeah.
And so even if you're not in law enforcement and you still wanted to kind of be a part of the event, one of the things we were talking about doing was like a cheering section for the kiddos when they come in, just having like, a line or, something for the kids to go to where everybody's happy and cheering them on, and they get to go in there and they're all hyped up, and, it's like a sugar rush, and you go in there and get to go spend all this money, So that's what we talked about doing with volunteers this year if you wanted to come, if you're a civilian citizen, you just wanted to come hang out and kind of witness this and see what we do and maybe be a part of it, that would be how you could go about it this year. Come up to Walmart and we'll talk about it, or contact me and we'll talk about it beforehand and set it up.
Very cool. Another cool thing is that the officers who are up there, this is voluntary time for them.
Absolutely.
They show up, throw a uniform on, and when they have a ton of other things that they could be doing, but this is what they choose to take part in.
And that uniform's so comfortable too.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, they come up there off duty, volunteer to come do this. And that just goes to show how much fun this is for you to show up and you're not getting paid for it, but you get to hang out and, do all that. And then even the ones on duty, they always try to make time as calls allow to come up there because they don't want to miss out. I have several. I have actually several on evenings. Are we going to get to come because it's their first year, so they don't really know how it works. And I was like, I promise, we'll get it worked out to where you can come and shop with 1 or 2 families. And so they're really excited about it. Officers are really excited about it. So it just kind of helps, motivate me. This is a fun time. Leading up to it is extremely stressful because there's a lot to coordinate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm the one doing all that. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of stress. But once the event is there and over, it's all worth it. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll plan for next year now. start thinking about how can we make better, make this better next year. How can we keep improving? What can we do a little differently? So yeah, we're always looking to expand and grow. And Michaela and I were talking earlier, some idea that we had discussed in the past that we're going to make happen this year, just to kind of make her job a little bit easier when it comes to photographing and posting images and everything like that online. So
very cool. It's also a pretty fun place if you are on the lookout for the Grinch. So I saw a commercial or video, I guess. I saw a video on Facebook last week of the Grinch.
Is he back
arrested.
in town already?
Yeah. He's already been dealt with by the police.
Yeah, he was trying to steal some packages.
Not
off some
again.
people's
I thought we
porch.
talked to him about this.
I guess we just can't get through to him. I don't know what's going on.
So is he going to serve community service
Oh,
again?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. He we got him and he will be there spreading cheer.
We love it. Can't wait. We're also going to be in the Christmas parade December 5th. And Blue Santa's going to be in the Christmas parade.
What a great segue.
That was a good plug.
Yeah.
That was good. December 5th, what time?
5th. I believe it starts at
Starts at 6:30.
6:30. Yeah. The route is different, so make sure you look online for that.
Same general area, still around the courthouse, but it goes 1 block further south than normal because of the construction of the new parking structure just south of the courthouse.
And then the next event that we'll be doing after that will be our Shop with a Cop. We're doing that December 11th and 12th at Walmart on 4th Street.
That is a Wednesday and Thursday, right?
It is a Wednesday and Thursday from 6 to about 8 p.m. or until the last kid decides he's done shopping.
Cool.
And then after that, on the 20th, it looks like we will have the SWAT rappelling at Good Shepherd.
That's right. We start coming down the side of the building at 9:30 a.m. sharp.
Love that. Is Santa going to be rappelling as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
Santa's going to strap up and
I know a lot
off.
of people love to come to that event. Like, it's just so cool to watch.
it is a
jump
lot
from
of
the top
fun.
of the ceiling.
Yeah. Last year there was a lot of people there.
There
were.
was.
I was kind of shocked.
I was too.
Well, y'all hadn't done it for quite some time before that.
Yeah, last
right?
year was the first time since COVID that we had done
That's what I thought.
the rappelling at Good Shepherd. And it was also a lot earlier in the year before schools were
Yeah.
able to be out. So there weren't as many kids there. But the turnout was still very impressive for last year. This
That's
year,
great.
with it being December 20th, it should give more
Most kids
people
are
an
out of school.
opportunity to
Yeah.
bring their kids out because they'll already be out for Christmas break.
That's awesome.
It should
Love
be
that.
fun.
Also, just so everyone knows, city offices will be closed December 25th and 26th. And
What's
then
happening that
also
day?
on January 1st.
Blue Santa comes to town.
That's right.
Yeah. There's also a lot of holiday events going on. If you want to check out an entire list, you can visit longviewtexas.gov/holiday. And there's a list of basically everything going on in December. Before we close, what is everyone's food and drink that's only made around the holidays? And I'm going to go first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sprite cranberry.
That, like, of all the things you could have chosen,
Yeah.
A Sprite cranberry? You can't make that if it's not the holiday?
That's like, do they
you
not
can't
make
just get cranberry juice and Sprite and put the two together?
like it's like
It's different.
I mean,
Is
is
it?
it?
Yeah, it is.
How? Explain to me how.
Yeah.
Y'all just don't get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And you obviously don't.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? Hey, you know what? I'm here for you.
Thanks, buddy. I'm here
What?
for you too.
What is your favorite holiday food or drink?
Oh man, I'm like a really traditional holiday meal kind of guy. Like I like the turkey and the ham and the dressing, some sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole is where it's at. That stuff is awesome.
Sweet potato casserole.
Okay, Meeker, Oklahoma. Listen, this is a Texas thing, I guess, but it's delicious.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
Delicious. You get some marshmallows on top of it.
It's like
And brown them in the oven.
Roll them and
Oh,
so that they're
man.
like crispy, and it's like a s'more with a sweet potato.
If I can get a big old giant plate of turkey, ham, mashed up potatoes, basically holidays come around, I go to a straight carb diet. I know that's probably sounds weird.
Also mac and cheese.
Oh, bro,
Butter pockets.
Butter pockets are my favorite. Everybody else might know them as rolls, but I had this lady on the street one day. She told me, she says, sometimes you got to take the bread with the butter. I said, ma'am, I don't know what that means. She just looked at me and she goes, you sure look like a fool if you was just eating butter with a spoon. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. You can't do that.
That is some really insightful.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
She was the sweetest woman in the world.
Words of
She
wisdom.
goes, sometimes, baby, you just got to take the bread with the butter. And I was just sitting there like, what? No, but yeah, I'm gonna lard out. I'm gonna eat all of it. That's what I love.
I go to Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of the upcoming holidays for the side dishes. I'm not a turkey or a ham person, really, unless it's like a fried turkey. But
So what's your side?
all of them.
Oh,
Yes, like
equal employment opportunity.
right. Deviled eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Like who wants to eat 6 hard-boiled eggs by
Nobody.
themselves?
No, but you cut 'em in half and devil
mix
the
them
yolk.
up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat 12 of them bad boys, right? Mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, no,
that's what's up.
the mac and cheese, 100% stuffing.
Oh, stuffing.
Like
I love it. I love it.
Cindy, thank you so much for being on again to talk about Blue Santa. We
Thanks for
enjoy
having
you
me.
on. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you're doing good. Everyone stay safe during the holidays, and we'll see you next time.
Happy holidays.
Bye.